I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This Guitar 101 series, which is part of my online music academy, is a beginner through intermediate level guitar course similar to the in-person ones I teach at the university. The course progresses from complete beginner through gaining capability in playing songs in various styles and covers playing chords and melodies and reading chord symbols, tablature, and standard music notation. With the Guitar 101 course, we use 3 of the books from my method book series: Chords and Harmony books 1 and 2, Note Reading books 1 and 2, and Tablature, which are all available for purchase through Amazon and Google Play. Links can be found in the description below or at kristenbromley.com. You are of course welcome to participate in this course with or without the books, but with the books you can play right along with me on all the songs and exercises as intended. Plus, each book comes with exclusive access to additional hours of in-depth video lessons that go with each part of that book. If you find this Guitar 101 series helpful, please like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to jamming in this week's lesson. Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I'm delighted to be here with you. This is lesson 18 of the Guitar 101 series. In this lesson, we're going to continue to build on things we've done in the past. We'll do some review. We're especially today going to focus on some finger picking, pushing that forward more than we've done in the past. We'll also work on some new bar chords, and we're going to work on reading eighth notes. Otherwise, we're going to continue to work with the tablature, reading on those lower strings as well as the higher strings, and we're going to continue to work on the suspended chords. We're going to continue to work with the add 9 and the slash chords like we learned last time. We'll keep working. Today we're especially going to review as we work on our strumming. In the reviewing section, we're going to work with C, F, and G7. So let's go ahead and jump in with that. So we're going to be in the chords book starting on pages 46 and 47. We're going to do numbers 1 and 2. So, reviewing C, F, and G7. When we got to this lesson originally, the lesson 8 with the chords, that F chord was probably the Mount Everest. And in some ways it is the Mount Everest of the basic chords. So, hopefully that one's getting easier. If you'd like to, instead, you can play the 6-string version that we worked on. But with these kinds of songs, the C, F, and G7, with the specific songs that we play here, I usually use the 4-string F. It just sort of sounds better in this context. So let's go ahead and jump in. The Streets of Laredo. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. We're in 3/4 time. This is our classic 3/4 time strumming pattern. So 1, 2, as you walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy wrapped up in white linen, wrapped up in white linen. Okay, we'll go over to page 47 and do number 2. Oh my darling Clementine. We're still in 3/4 time, so down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. Here you go. 1, 2, in a cabin, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Alright, we'll flip over now to pages 48 and 49, and we'll do numbers 4 and 7. So we'll start with number 4. Oh Susanna. We're in 4/4 time now. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. A 1, 2, 3. Oh, I come from Alabama, my banjo on my knee. I'm born to Louisiana, my true love Okay, we'll go over and do number 7 on page 49, the Wabash Cannonball. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. This one doesn't have a pickup, so I'll just give us a count in, or beat to count in to be exact. 1, 2, ready, and listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roll, riding through the woodlands to the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear that lonesome hobo squall, riding through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Okay, let's flip on over to page 51. We're going to do numbers 11 and 12. So starting with number 11, get along little doggies. Down, down, up, down. Which references cows and the cattle drives. So we're back to 3/4 time. And I got 1 beat pickup, so I'll give us the 1, 2, and then we'll be in with the pickup and the singing. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, as I was walking one morning for pleasure, I spied a cowpuncher a-riding along. His hat was thrown back and his spurs were a-jingling, and as he approached he was singing his song. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, get along, little doggies, it's your misfortune, not my own. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, get along, little doggies, you know that Wyoming will be your new home. Okay, we'll go on to number 12. Will the circle be unbroken? We're back in 4/4 time. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. There's a 2 beat pickup. So I'll sing that and then we'll be in. So will the 1, 2, will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Let's take it just a little bit faster. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. 1, 2. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Okay, we're going to flip over now to page 123 and review number 26. So in the last lesson, we talked about slash chords, and we worked on the G over B with this song, or this exercise, I should say, this chord progression. So we're going to work on that again. You'll remember C add 9, we've done that a few times. So add 9 chords are major or minor chords, where the 9th, which is the second step of the related scale, up an octave, is included. So that's, we're adding the 9. Sometimes people will use the 2 next to the root to indicate an add 9 chord. That's a little unusual. It's not though it does keep you from having to say add. But you may run into that from time to time. So we got the C add 9 and G over B. Otherwise, all the other chords should be familiar. We're going to get ahead, or more familiar because we've done them so many times, but these ones are newer. So I practice going back and forth between those two, and then we're going to play number 26. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and a surprise on C. We'd expect it to end on G, I think. Okay, so there's a little practice with the slash chords and the C add 9. We'll work on those again in future lessons. Let's go over to pages 129 and 130. We're going to start on page 129 and review the sus4 chords. We've done these sometimes. We're going to do number 1 with A sus4, D sus4, and E sus4. Played this one last time. We'll just go down, down, up, down. We'll probably play the progression about 4 times. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and A. We got A sus4 and D sus4 and E sus4. Again, A. We got A sus4, D sus4. Run into those chords from time to time in the pop music we do. Let's turn over to page 130 and we're going to do number 3. With this one, we're going to continue to use down, down, up, down, up. But in these measures where there's 2 chords per bar, we want to catch that second one on the first up strum. Down, down, up, down, just like that. I'm demonstrating bar 2. So we'll see that times. That was bar 4. So down, down, up, down, up. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and A sus4, A sus4, A, D sus4. sus4, A sus4, and E, A sus4, E, A sus4, E. Okay, we'll take it just a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, and sus2, we'll go over to page 134, and we're going to play numbers 2 and 4. We did these ones last time. So sus2 is a little different, and with sus4 we replace the third of the chord with the fourth step of the scale, and that's what gives us sus4, perfect fourth in place of the third. The sus2 gives us the major second in place of the third, so that's where it's sus2. Resemblance with the add 9 chords, except that the add 9 chords still have the third. So we're going to do number 2, down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. Here you go. We'll do it like 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go to number 4. This one's going to work with the D sus2. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Now today we're going to go over to page 138 and learn about one other type of suspended chord, and that is the suspended chord with a seventh added. So these are dominant seventh chords with the sus. So if you take a look at A7 sus4, so we have our normal A7, and now we've replaced the third with the fourth, and we get A7 sus4. These have a great power as we move forward. Normally dominant seventh chords have a home chord they want to go to. In this case with A7 we want to go home to D, and if we suspend that A7 it just creates another level of climbing right back up to that home chord. So A7 sus4 resembles A sus4. It's moving over that same note that's at the second fret of the second string up to the third fret, but this time it's got the dominant seventh, so the flatted seventh in there instead of just a repeat of the root. So A7 sus4. We'll play number 1. Down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and D. G, D, A7 sus4. We got D. sus4 and the D. Let's repeat it. A 1, 2, ready, and D. G, D, A7 sus4 and D, and G, A7 sus4 and with a lot of these types of chords, meaning the suspended chords and the add 9 chords, those kinds of settings are usually places where I do use the G chord that involves 4 fingers instead of the one that involves 3 fingers. So on that second string, pressing down at the 3rd fret, which is the D note, instead of leaving that string open. Alright, let's go over and do some tablature now. Okay, so in the tablature book, we're going to start on pages 56 and 57. We're going to do numbers 75 and 77. These are starting to get trickier now. 2 reasons. One is we're using the lower strings. Now we've been doing that with note readings, so technique-wise, as far as playing, we're used to playing on those strings a little bit. But we have to get used to reading those lines with the tablature and finding those notes using the tablature. The other reason that these are getting trickier is that some of these are in keys where a lot of the notes will be used with the same finger as we move from one string to the next. And so that can help, the technique that can help with that is rolling. And so as we look at number 75, we have 1 and 1. Now I can do that by lifting my finger, or I can do it by starting out sort of with a little bit of a bar and rolling to that one. Either way. But then we have skip over a string all on that in that 1st fret, so all with that 1st finger. So I can roll down and catch those other 2, which is probably the easiest thing to do when I've got to jump all the way up to the 2nd string, still in the 1st fret. So there's going to be a little bit of that. We also got to keep working that pinky. So for the future, when we're playing all over the neck, it can really help to make sure that we keep that 1st finger playing the notes in the 1st fret, middle in the 2nd, ring in the 3rd, and pinky in the 4th. If we work those 4 fingers like that, then when we move to other positions, our hands will be prepared to play them. Okay, we're going to go ahead with number 75, Oh My Darling Clementine. It's in 3/4 time. I'm going to give us 3, 1, 2, so we can grab the pickup. So here you go. 3, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to go on to number 77. I'm just going to play these one time, and I am skipping some. So, as a reminder, you can use the videos that come with the book specifically to go into greater detail, to practice these at different speeds right along with me, and to cover the ones that we're skipping over. But we're going to go ahead and go over to number 77, Tramp, 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 as there isn't always time in the faster moving 101 course, or the ones that I teach at the university, to do them all. This one probably has a familiar melody to you. Maybe not, but hopefully it does. Alright, let's go ahead and do this one. It's in 4/4 time. It comes in on beat 4 with the pickups. So I'll give us 1, 2, 3, and we'll be in. Just like that. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. Rest. Two, 3. Okay, we'll go over to pages 58 and 59. We're going to do No Irish Need Apply, so number 78. This one's in 6/8 time, so it has sort of a tripletized feel. So on. We also have a first and second ending, so we want to watch for that. And once we get to the end on page 58, we're going over to the top on page 59. So 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a, sort of that kind of feel. It does have a pickup on the 2 and a. I'm going to give us a 2 and a 1 and a in the count off so that we can be ready to catch the 2 and a in the pickup measure. So here we go. 2 and a 1 and a. Okay, we'll go on to number 79, Lac Le Monde. This one's in 4/4 time, comes in on beat 4. I'll give us a 3-beat count in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's turn over to page 60 and 61, and we're going to do numbers 80 and 82. So we'll start with number 80. This one's in 3/4 time, comes in on beat 3 in the pickup measure. So go ahead, I'll give us 3, 1, 2. And we'll be in on that. Watch the first and second ending. Here we go. 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's go on over to page 61. We'll do number 82, House of the Rising Sun. This one is also in 3/4 time, and it also has the first note coming in on beat 3 in the pickup measure. So I'll give us 3, 1, 2 in the count off. Now the one spot to really watch for in this one is on the last line, the third measure. We need to use our pinky in the 4th fret on the 4th string. So we haven't had to do that before. that pinkies to start working and getting stronger and stronger on these lower strings too. Okay, so here we go. 3, 1, 2. Okay, we'll go back to the chords and work on some finger picking. Okay, so back in the chords, we're going to do some focused work with finger picking. We've been reviewing a little bit with finger picking each lesson since the time when I actually introduced the technique, but we're going to do some focused practice with it here. Move our understanding maybe a little bit forward, but just spend some focused time practicing on this. It's a great way to play songs. Some songs sort of require it, and some can be adapted to use it in place of strumming. So it's great. We're going to work on it a little bit more here. We're going to start on pages 64 and 65. We're going to work specifically with patterns number 22, number 5, number 18, and 26. Why I put them in that order, I do not know. Well, I do know. I thought that would be a good order to review them in. I also have them written up here on the board. Numbers 22 and 26 work for 3/4 time, and numbers 5 and 18 work for 4/4 time. Although ones in 3/4 time are often adaptable to 6/8 time and 12/8 time. So we may run into a little bit of that. So we're going to go ahead now and use the finger picking practice progressions over on page 65 to warm up with these, and then we're going to apply them to songs throughout the book. So we'll start with number 22, P-I-M-A-M-I, there at the top of page 65 if you like to see it visually with the rhythms. So this one works great, 1 and 2 and 3 and for 3/4 time. If we wanted it to work for 6/8 time, we would change the accenting, and I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. But let's first go ahead and play number 2 on page 65 under the finger picking practice progressions. So we're just going to have P-I-M-A. We'll just warm up like that. I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1 and 2 and 3 and A. Okay, let's take that just a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so if we were to use that one for 6/8 time, the accenting would be different. I'll demonstrate here with E minor. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. There could be a slight accent where the B is. I'm overemphasizing it at the moment, so we usually don't hear that. But if we switch it to 6/8 time, the same pattern works because there's still 6/8 notes in a measure. We just need to change the accenting to putting it in groups of 2. So we get 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and a P-I-N. So the accenting goes with those triplets, or those groups of 3. In 3/4, the 8th notes are grouped into groups of 2. So here's 6/8 versus 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and just a slight different feel. And 12/8 would be using that twice for measures. So let's go ahead and do number 2 in 6/8 time. 1 and a 2 and that accent 1 and a 2 and a. Okay, so we've got that one. Let's get number 5 now. With this one, we're going to alternate everything with our index finger. P, I, M, I, A, I, M, I. These should all be review, hopefully, just locking in that technique, solidifying our understanding. Let's go ahead and play that one with number 3. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, we need number 18. Got that written up here as well. P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. You can also see it there on page 64. So with this one, the M and A, it's underlined here on the page. On page 64, you'll see both letters written above one rhythmic figure. So that tells us we're going to play them at the same time. So P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. Okay, so we're going to do number 4 over on page 65 at the practice progressions with this one. Here you go. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. Okay, and we'll practice one more, which is number 26. Same thing as what we were just doing, only it's the version for 3/4. So it just has A and M. IA has been removed from it. So P-I-M-A-I-A-M. And 2 and 3 and. This one's especially great for 3/4 time. I prefer this one over most patterns for 3/4 time. I prefer number 22, P-I-M-A-M-I, for 6/8 and 12/8. That's just sort of a personal preference. Okay, so we're going to do number 7 of the practice progressions on page 65 with this one. Here you go, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, let's do some songs with these. So we'll apply these to songs using the time signatures as sort of a guide, and then we've got 2 patterns to pick from. So let's go ahead and we'll go to page 59. We're going to do number 18. So number 18 is Scarborough Fair. It's in 3/4 time. We're going to use number 26, P-I-M-A-I-A-M. A minor. It's got more chords than what we were just doing with this pattern, but we know these chords, so we're in good shape. I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, and 3, and are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Okay, we'll go to page 55 and we're going to do numbers 8 and 9. So we'll start with number 9 though. This one's also in 3/4 time, so we're going to play the pattern we were just using with this one, but we're going to take it just slightly faster. So I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now with this one, let's also practice it with number 22, but as if we were in 6/8 time. So 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a. I also want to mention with the G chord, we have the two different options, the one that takes 4 fingers and the one that takes 3. With fingerpicking, I almost always use the one that takes 3. Otherwise, we miss out on the third of the chord and it just doesn't quite sound right. So I almost always use the 3-finger G when finger picking. Okay, we'll do number 9 with the P-I-M-A-M-I as if it was in 6/8 time. Here you go. 1 and a 2 and a. Okay, we'll do Wayfaring Stranger. With this one, we're going to do number 5. P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. We have a pickup. I'm just a boy. So we're going to try and do it at that tempo. P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. I'm just going to sing the pickup, and then we'll be in. So, I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe, but there's no sickness, no toil or danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. Okay, we'll go over to page 53 now and do number 4. 900 miles. Same pattern. P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. Just like that. This one also has I'm a pickup. So I'll sing the pickup and then we'll be in. 1, 2. I'm walking down the track. I got tears in my eyes, trying to read a letter from my home. If that train runs right, I'll be home tomorrow night, 'cause I'm 900 go on over to page 42 and do number 5. We're going to do this one with both of these patterns. We'll start out with number 26. P-I-M-A-I-A-M, P-I-M-A-I-A-M. Here you go. I'll give us a 3-beat count in 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we'll do it as if it was in 6/8 time. P-I-M-A-M-I. 1 and a 2 and a. Here you go. 1 and a 2 and a. Okay, we'll go on over to page 33 and do number 11. With this one, we're going to do number 18. P-I-M-A-I-A. This is a great pattern for songs where you have 2 chords per bar or 1 chord per bar, so kind of a mix, and that's why we're doing it with this one. Do the full pattern when you have 1 chord, and when you have 2 chords, then you just do the first half twice. So just like that. Swing low. So 1 and 2 and ready and go and swing low. Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Alright, we're going to go over to page 22 now. We'll do numbers 11 and 12. We're going to start with number 12. Keep using that pattern that we were just using. P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. This one's in 4/4 time. It's got a pickup. From this valley, they say. So it'll be just like that. Here we go. From this valley, they say, you are going. I will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine. Okay, and we'll finish off this part with number 11, Amazing Grace. We're back in 3/4 time, so we're going to use number 26, P-I-M-A-I-A-M. Amazing. It's going to be just like that. Here you go. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, let's do a little bit of note reading now. Okay, so in the note reading, so far we have worked on the natural notes on all 6 strings in first position. This is awesome. Now you might not be feeling comfortable yet with the 5th string and especially the 6th string. We're going to continue to use them a little bit and get more comfortable, but we mostly want to move forward and start working with more complex rhythms. We've been doing more complex rhythms in the tablature, now we want to start reading those rhythms right here in the note reading. So we're going to start on pages 43 and 44, which explain 8th notes. 8th notes look like a quarter note, only they have a flag when it's 1/8 note by itself, or a beam when 2 or more 8th notes are in succinct, one right after the other. So that's what tells us it's an 8th note, either the flag or the beam. Otherwise it would look like just like a quarter note. 8th notes subdivide the quarter note. So the quarter note is usually the beat in most of the songs that we're playing, which are mostly in 4/4 time or 3/4 time. When we add the 8th note, it allows us to divide the quarter note in half, to divide the beat in half. And at the bottom of page 143, you'll see counting examples, ways that we can count rhythms with these. Usually we count the beat by the number of the beat that a given note is on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're in 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3. If we're in 3/4 time. And if we're in 6/8 or something, it's a little different. But we're not there yet. We're not worrying about that with note reading, so I'm not going to worry about it here. 8th notes then, when the 8th note falls on the beat, we use the number for the beat that it falls on. When it falls in between the beat, we usually use the word and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you go over to page 44, we'll look here because when we start adding 8th notes, we can start practicing with alternate picking, alternating the direction. We can actually do this with quarter notes as well, but we usually introduce it with 8th notes. With our strumming, we tend to strum downwards for the rhythmic figures that are on the beat, and we strum up for the ones that are on the offbeat or the upbeat or the in-between beat. Those are a lot of different names for that. We've been 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and, or 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. I'm always strumming up when I'm saying and. So here on page 44, we'll see the same sort of symbols. The 3-sided rectangle with a thicker line at the top tells us to pluck downwards, and the V tells us to pluck upwards. So we could do it right on that B note. It's really just showing the rhythm, but down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If we're going to pluck up, on all the figures that fall on the and, or in between the beat, and we'll pluck down on all the ones that fall on the beat. So we're going to play through numbers 1 through 3 on page 44. I have the picking direction above. We're just going to play everything on an E note. This will kind of get us oriented here. So you're going to have 1, 2, ready, and we have down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 2, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, 2. Okay, let's do number 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, 1, up, 2, 3, up, 4, 1, 2, up, 3, 4, up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, 4, up. Let's do number 3. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, 2, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now if you want more practice with all the things that I go over today, you can look at the lessons, the video lessons that come specifically with this book. But we're going to go over to number 4, 5, and 6. We're going to play a C major scale. We're going to start on the low C. We're going to play to the highest note possible of the notes we've learned, which is a G. We're going to go down to the lowest note possible, E, and then we're going to come back to C. This is in scale order, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then descending down to E and back to C. We're going to do 4 plucks per note, alternating the direction, down, up, with number 4. So this is a great way to practice our notes and our picking skills. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now you can practice that at various different tempos. You just want to make sure you're practicing with the alternate picking in the right hand, getting that technique down, and keeping everything nice and clean. And it can really help if you use the index in the 1st fret, middle in the 2nd, and ring in the 3rd for playing those notes. We're not worrying about anything in the 4th fret just yet, but you can do those at different tempos. Great technique development. Helps to try and stay on the tips of the fingers as well. Okay, we're going to do number 5. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, F, G, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll do number 6. Nice and slow. This one's trickier. We got to try and alternate as we switch notes. So 1 and 2 and ready and go, and Okay, we're going to flip on over to page 47. We're going to play one melody today. Old MacDonald Had a Farm, number 10. Try and work in that alternate picking direction on the places where we have eighth notes. And actually, if you'd like to, when you have strings of quarter notes and so forth, you can alternate putting the down plucks on beats 1 and 3, and then the up plucks on beats 2 and 4 for things in 4/4 time. You can do that if you really start to get used to that alternate plucking. I end up using it a lot, most of the time actually. It's so much more efficient. So if I'm playing as fast as I can down, all down picks, that's as fast as I can go, but alternating, I mean, you're just infinitely faster because it should be twice as fast almost, because you have to come up to go back down anyway. Okay, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, we'll go back to the chords and do some bar chords as we finish off today's lesson. Okay, so here we are back in the chords. We're going to finish off this lesson with practice with some of our bar chords. So we're going to start out on page 79. We're going to do numbers 3 and 4. Before we do, let's take a look at page 78. We've done most of these so far. So we know the B. It's the same as B flat, but it's 1 fret higher. Last time we just barely did C sharp 7, but take a look at C sharp minor. It's the same as B minor at the 2nd fret, only it's C sharp minor at the 4th fret. So B minor that we play with the bar at the 2nd fret, when we bar that at the 4th fret, it becomes C sharp minor. And then we know when we make it look like an A7 shape, only up there with the bar, it becomes C sharp 7. So we want to remember those. Last time we also played with F sharp minor, and F sharp 7. We're going to play some songs that use all of these. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a good workout. You may want to stretch a little bit. So we're going to start with number 3 on page 79. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. This 1, 2, ready, and this old man. Okay, number 4, the Wabash Cannonball. That's probably already got you going pretty good. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Listen, I want to ready. Listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, riding through the woodlands to the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine so let's turn on over to page 80. We're going to do number 7. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. You can be stretching if you need to. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. No bud. 1, 2, ready. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Okay, we'll do number 9, C.C. Rider. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and C. C. Rider, see what you have done. C. Rider, see what you have done. Okay, number 11, House of the Rising Sun. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. There is 1, 2, there is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. Kind of challenging stuff there. We'll turn over to page 82 and 83. We're going to do number 12 and 14. Keep stretching if you need to. You want to do these more in depth and use the lessons that come with the book. You can also do these with me as many times as you want right here in these lessons as well. So we're going to start with La Bamba. Ba la la ba la bamba. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. We're gonna have down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's how that's gonna go. And 1. Ba la ba la la bamba. Ba la ba la la bamba. Se necesita un poco de gracia. Un poco de gracia. Okay, bingo! This one will give a teeny bit of relief, but not much. Same strumming pattern. Stretch if you need to. Trying to work up the strength to do all bar chords like this is preparing us for what we're going to do pretty soon, which is bar chords all over the neck. As we go higher, they're easier to push down, but it takes knowing more the notes along these two strings, so it's a little trickier that way. But physically, it gets a little bit easier, which is nice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There was a farmer who had a dog, and Dingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Dingo was his name. Oh. Okay, and we'll flip on over to page 84 and do one more. If these are challenging you, that's okay. They are a bit challenging. We're going to work on them some more next time as well, as we prepare to jump into doing bar chords all over the neck. So this one uses B minor, as we've seen before. It also has the occasional relief with first position chords. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and I've got a mule. Her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker, a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal and hay, and every inch of the way I know, from Albany to Buffalo. Oh, Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You can always tell your neighbor, you can always tell your pal, if you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Okay, so that wraps us up for this lesson. We're going to continue to work on bar chords next time. We're going to start working on some new strumming patterns, do some review. It's going to be great. I hope you're having fun with the guitar. I hope you're finding songs that you really love, that you want to play and sing, or just play, and that you're finding those and you're working on those. The skills that we're working on here with all this music in public domain should prepare you well for playing any of the types of songs you want to play. Keep having fun, and I'll see you next time. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.